Let's talk a little bit about surveillance, facial recognition technology, and a company that's attempting to fight back against it. Facial recognition software is becoming more and more common. Amazon has a physical shop where they scan faces when people come in. Facebook searches photos of users to figure out where you might want to tag certain people. And of course, the counterpoint to that technology is privacy concerns. And the privacy concerns, I don't think I have to enumerate them for you one by one, but generally speaking, we have an understanding of how this type of technology could be used to really violate the privacy of the average person. There's a company called Hyperface, not Hyperspace, Hyperface. And what their latest project involves is printing patterns on clothing or textiles, which appear to sort of have eyes, mouths, and other features, which the goal is would be interpreted as a face by computer facial recognition systems. Adam Harvey is the Berlin-based artist and technologist who wants to overwhelm and confuse facial recognition systems by presenting them with a ton of false hits so they can't tell what's actually a face and what's just someone's clothing. And he had a previous project called CV Dazzle where he attempted to create makeup and hairstyling that would cause the facial recognition systems not to work too well. Unclear how well that worked, but now the idea is these patterns that you can print on clothes. And if you blanket an area, if enough people are wearing them, the idea is facial recognition technology would effectively become totally useless. It wouldn't be able to identify who's there, what's a face, and what isn't. This reminds me of A Scanner Darkly, which is both a book and it was really turned into a movie, but the book is by Philip K. Dick, where there are these full body cloaks that constantly show different faces and bodies to confuse these types of systems. Sort of reminds me of that type of thing. I don't know if you've seen the movie or read the book.
I have not, but you have to wonder if these facial recognition softwares will get even more advanced to counter this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when there's a torrent site and the government shuts it down and these people come out with something newer and better, or ad block and websites going back and forth. There's going to be some kind of arms race for this.
Yeah, it's going to create a sort of technological arms race where the facial recognition systems will probably just be made even better. So I sort of understand the idea here. How much do you worry about this? I mean, how far do you, when you're walking around, especially in cities like Boston, when I was in London over the vacation, there are cameras everywhere.
Yeah, I don't seem to mind it myself. I know a lot of people get super sensitive over their own privacy, but I'm just of the opinion that if you're, especially in a public place, then you've kind of given up your right to privacy in that case.
I don't. Some people subscribe to the view of if you're not doing anything wrong, then you don't have to worry. I don't subscribe to that. Oh, see, I don't buy into that at all. That resonates with you?
I understand the position that they're coming from, even if I don't agree with it.
For me, that's one of the ways in which we turn away from systemic problems until they personally affect us, and I don't think that's a good way to go. That we would allow a lot of violations of privacy really for no good justified reason, because we say, hey, if I'm not doing anything wrong, I don't care. For me, if you're out in public, then you're sort of accepting that you might be filmed is a much better argument for me. And I know that this is sort of more of a practical reality because of smartphone technology. I'm sure that as I was walking around museums in London last week and people were taking pictures of different exhibits or of their friends or selfies of themselves, I'm probably in a bunch of people's pictures in the background. And it's just sort of a reality based on the technology that we have. But still, if I'm out in public, if I'm in downtown Crossing, Boston, where Washington Street intersects whatever street that is, where you come out of the subway at downtown Crossing, there's cameras everywhere. And if I'm walking around there, I don't really have any good justification to say there cannot be any camera. I can't appear anywhere or be seen. I'm out in public in a very, very crowded area. This is totally different in my mind, Pat, I don't know about you, than warrantless bulk NSA surveillance, for example, or someone monitoring my text messages. I think that walking around in public is not the same thing. Everybody has a different line that they draw, though, and I don't know exactly where my line is. I'm sort of building up a sense of it. I do not believe, though, that this type of technological solution, it's not really technology, printing faces on clothes, I don't think this is going to be what stops creeping surveillance. I think if it's going to stop, it's going to be some concerted effort to do it legislatively.
Yeah, I think if you're hypersensitive to your own privacy at this point, this day and age with cameras being everywhere, you kind of have to go off the grid. And I think that's the expectation of you.
And I'm not willing to do that. I don't know about you. I have a cousin I found out recently who is living very much off the grid in Argentina. And I'm talking about no plumbing. I'm talking about, some electricity, but barely any. And part of it is sort of just getting away from the mainstream culture of technology and corporatism and surveillance, et cetera. I have my critiques, but I'm not ready to do that.
Well, I don't think it's surprising that two people on a show have a low standard for, the image that they put out there.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. On the bonus show today, we are going to talk about Leslie Jones saying that the publishing of Milo Yiannopoulos' book spreads hate. We're going to talk about that. We will talk about Ivanka and Jared Kushner finding their DC home. You will be thrilled to know. And also, Mattel is making an Amazon Alexa for kids. And I want to discuss whether this is an interesting and good idea or a way to suck children into brand loyalty very early, or maybe a combination of both. Those stories on the bonus show, davidpakman.com/membership. I voted 17 is the coupon code if you want a discount off of membership. Thanks for watching this video. Before you watch the next one, remember, we're raising money to expand the David Pakman Show Big League, as well as expand progressive activism. Go to davidpakman.com/donate. Donations of any size are much appreciated.